Hey, this is Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday Mojo. Hope you had a great weekend. So, welcome to a Classic Monday Mojo. Classic Monday Mojo is out of a conversation I had once when I was in Pittsburgh, and I told the guy sometimes I just don't get to say everything I want to say or wrap things up the way I want to. And he said, "Well, why don't you do a wrap up on Monday?" So here we are. Yesterday, I used an illustration to begin worship. It was the story of a song that most of us know pretty well. It's been used in weddings and funerals and movies and commercials, and it's a very well-known song. It's probably the most well-known song for this particular artist, but it came about at a time that was interesting. 1967, 1968 in America was a very difficult time. The racial strife that was going on was high. In over 120 different cities in America, there were riots and mobs and looting and injuries and arrests and deaths, 88 deaths across the country during that time. And at the same time, in Vietnam, we were losing 11,000 soldiers in 1 year. This in 67, just 3 years after the assassination of President Kennedy, still reeling in the hearts of the people. And then in 68, we lose Martin Luther King Jr. and then RFK within a couple of months of each other. So it was a dark time. It seemed impenetrable. And so two friends, George Douglas and George Weiss, got together. They wrote a song. They wrote a song that would try to lift the spirits of America. And they had this particular artist in mind. They knew that this artist's voice would carry it across the waves into America. So they went into the studio and recorded it. But the president of ABC Records at the time really did not want the artist to do this song. It was a ballad. He wanted a more upbeat song. So he was such a pain that he had to be removed from the recording session. And then, as the president, he did not really push or promote it in America, so it didn't get much airtime at all. It went to #1 on the charts in UK, but not in America. At a time when it was most needed, this beautiful song never graced the airwaves here. So it didn't even become popular until the 1980s when it was featured in a movie called Good Morning Vietnam. By now you probably know that I'm talking about the song What a Wonderful World, recorded by Louis Armstrong. Beautiful, beautiful messages, about what a wonderful world it is by looking around and seeing the red roses. And it got me thinking that song, when it was most needed, didn't get broadcast. It didn't get played. People didn't hear it. We who follow after Jesus, we who know Jesus, we who know the hope and the peace and the grace and the love and the life and how wonderful this life is, and how we hear the words of Jesus saying, listen, in this world you will have trouble. There will be heartache. It will be dark. But take heart, I have overcome the world. We know that. We know that even in the midst of the most troubling times, Jesus has overcome the world. So we have that hope to bring to people, to bring to situations, to bring to systems. However, if we don't sing it or say it, then it doesn't get out there in a time when it might be needed most. Maybe a friend is going through a very, very difficult time, a friend who doesn't have faith, a friend who doesn't know the hope and peace and love of Jesus, and you are next to them. You get to be the person who sings that song, who says, I know it's hard, but I want you to know that there's a God who knows all about it. There's a Jesus who knows all about it, and he cares. He loves you. But if we don't, it'll be just like that song that never came to fruition until the 80s, years and years and years after it was really, really needed. So my encouragement to you, my encouragement to me, is that we speak up so that we are light and hope and joy in the lives and systems and situations of people when they most need it. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Have a great week.